Oh man, we're back again. Listen, so if you're like me and you currently post content on YouTube, or if you're somebody who's getting a little bit of FOMO and feels like they want to start creating content, whether that be for yourself, just out of pure passion, or to drive leads for your business and just get eyeballs on your thing, then this video is absolutely 100% for you. So, I can speak from personal experience when I say that the worst thing about making content is figuring out the video ideas and actually creating meaningful content that people will get value from. And you're not just like putting out trash, right? So that is where this little automation comes in. So we're going to add a YouTube video ID to a Google Sheet. So this is just the ID of a video, videos that inspire you, videos that you want to get inspiration from, videos from your favorite content creators, anything like that. We're going to add it to a Google Sheet. We're going to scrape those videos and get the transcripts. So every single word and the description of the video. And then from there, we're going to run those transcripts through a custom OpenAI assistant that will be trained on our brand, our voice, our tone, our values, anything we want to include in this, we can include in this. And then from there, that's where it acts as kind of the brains of the operation, right? And then it's going to output a brand new script with our original tone and 5 unique changes that we can make to the video that we scraped to turn it into our own video. 100% unique to us. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm going to show you how to build it A to Z. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the video. So the first step that we're going to do here is literally just setting up our Google Sheet. So we're going to go over to Google Sheets here, add a sheet, just a blank spreadsheet here. And we are going to call this something super original, probably like YouTube transcript generator. Perfect. So from here, we are going to make our first column, column A. We're going to name this one video ID. And then this next one is going to be, actually, we're just going to keep video ID. This is going to be literally the only thing in here. Okay. So great. We have the video ID in our column here. Now we're going to go down to the plus in the bottom here. We're going to add another sheet and we're going to call this one. We're going to click rename here. And we're going to call our sheet number 2 the prompt right here. And then we're going to add another sheet, sheet 3. We're going to rename this one and we're going to say output. So we have sheet 1, prompt, and output. Actually, we'll rename this just to make it look really nice. Video ID. So we have our video ID, prompt, and our output. Now, you may be thinking, why do we have 3 sheets? Feels like we're just making it more confusing. Well, it's actually quite nice to separate your complex system into smaller chunks so it's a little bit more manageable. So our video ID, as you guessed, is just going to have our YouTube video ID. Our prompt is just going to have our AI prompt for ChatGPT that we can dynamically feed into it to make sure we're getting exactly what we want from our system. And then our output is going to be exactly that, our output from our ChatGPT brain that's giving us the unique points we can talk about and the brand new transcript or script for our new spin-off video. So to find the video ID, we're going to go over to a YouTube video. So this is my newest YouTube video right here. And you're going to go up to the URL right here and literally just copy and paste the entire URL. Let's come back to the sheet and you can just paste it right in here. So this is the whole URL that will take me to that video. But all we need is the ID. So the only piece we're looking for, if I zoom in here, you can see this V equals. So the start of the ID is W, always after the V equals, W8L_65MSARS. And it's going to stop at this and symbol right there. So that's going to be our entire video ID. Just that piece. This is all we need. Just that. Copy that. We can delete this whole thing and paste that back in there. So that's our video ID. That's all we need. Pretty easy to find. Every YouTube video will have one of these. So if you just watch a YouTube video that you really like, you can file that away, come back into the sheet and pop them in. So for our prompt, we can write prompt, again, just format it. Our prompt is going to be exactly what it, something else I like to do, I always like to wrap so the content just wraps. I don't know, it just looks a little bit nicer in my opinion. So our prompt is going to be like, we're going to come back to this, but this is how we're going to dynamically like alter our outputs that will go into here without having to go into our make scenario, which you'll see in a second. So that's all we need in our sheet for now. We're going to come back to this, but well done. You set up the sheet. Congratulations. Now, let's move into the only platform that we will be using to facilitate this experience and actually create this system. This platform, if you're a developer, if you've messed around with APIs, you'll probably have heard of it. It's called rapidapi.com. Incredible website. Really, really, really powerful stuff in here. So go to rapidapi.com, make an account for completely free. Now, you're going to want to go find the hub. And this is what the homepage will look like. Click on search APIs and just type in YouTube. Now you should see all these YouTube APIs. They're all super powerful. I'll probably make some videos on a couple more of these in a little bit. But the one we're going to look for is this YouTube transcript by Veritools right here. So click on this. Now, mine says test endpoint, but your blue button right here will say subscribe to test. Click on it. Click the $0 plan. I believe the limit is like 100 a month, 100 scrapes a month, which is honestly more than enough to get this system going. And then once you subscribe to this, you'll be met with this exact page that I'm on right now. So this page is going to have a couple different things. First of all, you're going to want to make sure that the client is curl right there. So that is very important. Don't worry about any of this target stuff. So then you can see all this stuff right here. So this is a GET request to this URL endpoint, and we're going to include these headers on here. This little piece of text is what will allow us to grab all of the YouTube transcripts from the IDs that we have input into our Google Sheet. So if we go to the parameters right here, these query params, you can see that we only need two things: the video ID, which we've grabbed in our Google Sheet, and then also the language, which is in like the ISO 8080 code or whatever. So just EN for English, FR for French, stuff like that. So these are the only two things we need, which makes it extremely simple to use. So once we've subscribed to this endpoint right here, this is all we have to do for now. Let's hop over to make.com, conveniently right here, and let's build out our HTTP request. So the first module we're going to want to add here is the Google Sheets, and then the Google Sheets is going to be a watch new rows right here. Now I'm going to, you create a connection up here, very, very easy to do. Now our thing was called YouTube transcript generator. That's our spreadsheet name. Put that in. So we're going to have 3 sheets right here because you remember we created 3 separate sheets in our Google Sheet. So from here, we're going to want to click on our video ID because this is the sheet that we are going to watch because the video ID is one of the parameters that we need here. So the video ID is the only sheet that we actually care about the new data coming into. So we're going to want to click video ID. Let's make the limit 3 for this. Or let's actually just make it 1 for the test. I assume you're not going to have more than like 5 videos a day that you're adding to this sheet. But if you are very diligent with this process, just up this limit to more. That will just be how many videos, video IDs it pulls, and then how many new transcripts it creates. So let's do 1. Just click all. Click OK. Now our watching rows is totally set up. Make sure to hit save right down here because Make doesn't autosave. Very, very important stuff. So next up, just look up HTTP module, click on HTTP, then click on make a request right here. So our URL is going to be back in Rapid API right here. So this is going to be our URL. See the field that says URL? That's our URL. So don't worry about this quotation mark, this single quote. just go from HTTP all the way to EN, English at the bottom right here. So copy that, come back here, and just paste that in there. Make sure there is no quotation marks on either side of this URL. The method is a get. How do I know that? It's because the request type is get at the top right there. So check. Now we have that. For the headers, let's just go back to here. There's these two fields that say header right here. Again, don't include the colon or the quote. Just copy this, come on back, paste that in here. And the value of that is YouTube transcript. Boom, grab that. Second header, there's two headers, right? There's two header fields, so we need two. Again, don't grab those, just grab that. Don't grab the colon and the quote is what I was going to say. My English just fell through there for a little bit. And then boom, grab that and paste that in here. This is my API key. If you steal it, I'll find you. Now we have everything we need to actually make our request. However, there's one thing that we need to alter here. So if you look in this URL, you can see lang equals en, which is, as if you remember, is one of the parameters that we need. It is optional. And again, if you just read a little bit here, auto detect language if none provided. So now that I think about it, that's actually more useful. So what we can do, where am I going? Is we can go back to Rapid API and delete English. And then you'll see that it's fully deleted it from this right side here. So oftentimes when you're working with APIs, that's a very nice way to just modify it without messing up your request and inputting the wrong URL, is just to delete it in the query params. And then you'll be able to actually manipulate it a little bit better. So now we're just going to repaste this in. So now all that's left is our video ID, which we'll definitely need. So this is the video ID that's just pre-input into the request. Delete that, keep the equal sign. And then all we need from here, if we look watch new rows, we can see that column A is named video ID, which is exactly what we have in here. So if we go back and we map video ID into here, then this will complete this URL and we'll get an accurate call. So we do this. Let's run this. So you can see we have two successes. Let's see here. We have a status code 200, which means it was a success. Now we have all this data right here. So you look at this and you're just like, oh, gross. It's just a lot of stuff to deal with. It's really long. It's really, yeah, it's not fun. So if we go back to our HTTP, we just click parse response yes. This will automatically separate every section of data that we've acquired in that disgustingly large, long string of text. And it will parse it into separate little categories that will make it much easier to use. So let me just show you what that looks like. So if that happens to you and this one only runs, double click this, click choose where to start, click on all, and then we'll be good to go and we'll get the full thing. So look at this. If we go here and we click on data, click on one, now we have the title, the description, the available languages, the length in seconds, thumbnail, everything, like a ton more stuff. And it's not more stuff. We had all this stuff before, but it's just much nicer to deal with. So if we go to this transcription as text down here, this is exactly what we're looking for. And it's exactly what we need because it's the whole transcript in text, which is beautiful, right? So success. Well done, everyone. We've got a YouTube transcript via an API call. Okay. That's an achievement right there for sure. Now remember to save this again. So we've input a video ID into here. We are getting the transcript over here. Now let's move on to creating our brain of the operation, our custom OpenAI assistant that will help us fine tune our outputs in our tone of voice. All right, this is the fun part. So now we're going to be creating the tone of voice and our custom assistant that we're going to message that's going to do all of the heavy lifting for us essentially. So first thing is we need to give it some sort of context as to what we like value and what we sound like and so on and so forth, just so it can actually write like us and it's not just like useless. It's going to actually do its job. So what I would recommend doing this is just going to ChatGPT, the main interface here, going to the text box here, and just typing in something like this. Okay, I'm going to type in a prompt, and we'll come back and you can take a look at it. All right, so if we come back here, you can see exactly what I've input into ChatGPT. So you can read this part here. So essentially all I'm saying is I need you to act as a professional speech analyzer who is tasked with taking in a large chunk of text, and that chunk of text will represent the way a person talks, what words they focus on, what words they use, focus on all kinds of words, nouns, adjectives, adverbs, focus on every part of speech. Essentially just dissect it to the point where you completely understand what I am talking about, how I talk, and what I sound like. And then if you read a little further down into this, it's also going into things like my belief system, who I am, what I do, how old I am. Like AI is only as good as the data that we train it on. So if we give it minimal data and leave it guessing, leave a lot of it up to chance, then the neural net behind ChatGPT won't have the ability to come up with truly impactful things. Like we need to really make sure that this is dialed in and give it as much info as humanly possible, really. So that's the first piece of the prompt. Now let's go into the second piece. I use this extension, by the way. I think this is an extremely helpful extension. It's just called Voice Control for ChatGPT. You can go to the Chrome store and just download this. It's really awesome. And then you'll get this little microphone right here. You can click it and just start talking. So that's all I did. I just kind of talked off the top of my head and I gave it this entire prompt right here. So yeah, you can read this up here. So now I'm going to upload a piece of writing. Now, if you don't have a piece of writing, that's okay. Just continue on. Just try to add as much context and detail as possible and explain what's happening. But I'm going to add a little piece of writing that I wrote so it can try to write in my tone and give it just more context. As I said, more context is always better. All right, so you can read this prompt that I've written here. Using newfound information about me, who I am, output an amazing rubric for an AI knowledge base, all surrounding who I am, how I speak, how I write, and my tone of voice and communication. Make it super detailed. Literally do not hold back. So we are going to use this rubric right here to upload into a Google Doc. And then we're going to upload that Google Doc into our brand new AI assistant. Cool. So it seems to have finished generating. So let's go all the way down here, copy that. Now this is just a Google Doc I've made, tone of voice content GPT. You can see right there. And I'm just going to copy and paste this entire thing in. Now, like this isn't that long. Like ideally this would be even more information, but it will definitely do for now. So now we go file, download, we'll just go PDF, download that as a PDF. Awesome. So now that we've downloaded that as a PDF document, we are going to go to the URL. You can kind of see it up here, platform.openai.com. In here, you'll find the API reference, docs, dashboard, and playground. So we're going to go to the dashboard. Now in the dashboard here, this is where you can kind of get a little bit behind the scenes into OpenAI's systems and their services and play with them a little bit more like programmatically, not so much just in the interface. So there's a ton of options over here. You can fine tune your own model. You can store like vectors, usage right here, but we're going to want to go to this assistance part. Click create. Now this will be a brand new assistant here. So we're going to call this content producer pro. And then for our system instructions, we're literally just going to say URN. The model we're going to use here is GPT-4o. We're going to include file search here. And we do not need code interpreter. We just need file search from the knowledge base. So we go to plus, add files, click to upload right here. We got our tone of voice PDF, and we're just going to upload that. And it uploads super quick because it's a small file, and it's turning it into a vector store. And that's going to be it. Response is going to be text. Temperature, we're going to want to bring it down. Let's do like 0.7 here. We want it to 0.75 because we want it to be creative, but we still want it to be obviously following our like rules that we have that we created. So from here, we don't need functions. I think that's kind of what we need. A bigger prompt in the system instructions always hurts, but we're just going to test this one out for now. So if we go back to make here and we add a brand new module, scroll down, ChatGPT, we're going to click on message and assistant at the very top there. If you don't have a connection, you can just create a connection there. Don't worry, guys, we're almost done here. I will put timestamps in the video. I tend to ramble, as I'm realizing, a little bit too long sometimes. So I will put timestamps so you can skip around and find the exact parts of the video that will benefit you the most. So you can see in Assistance, if I click on this drop down, it says Content Producer Pro. It's the exact one that we just created. The role is going to be user, and the message is going to be, take a look. I cannot type today. Oh my goodness. Because it's very important for the business. Done. We're just going to do that. And then so this is one. So this is going to be, oh wait, hold on. Actually, I lied. So we're going to go back in here and we're just going to change this a little bit. And we're going to say, to make me a, what did we say we wanted to do? Outputs new script in our original tone. Transcript above to make me a brand new script in my original tone. Section it out and make it awesome. And then let's do this. Okay, cool. So this is going to be, we're going to click right click on this rename. We're going to say full script generator for this one. And then we'll save this. And then we're going to just literally clone this, bring it right over here. And then this one is going to be our five unique changes we can make to the video. So we're just going to copy that, come back to make. 5 unique changes to video. And then we're going to go in here and we're just going to change the prompt to reflect what we want from this module. And above to make me 5 unique changes to the video that I can turn. All right, give that a read. That's the prompt we're going to be using there. Done, 5 unique changes. And now we're going to go back into Google Sheets here and we're going to add a row to the bottom of the table. So we're going to find that spreadsheet. So you can see we've clicked on YouTube Transcript Generator. That's the file. Now for this one, we are going to do output right here. Sheet name is output. And then the values, we're literally just going to do one right here. So A is going to be the full script for new video. Sorry, so A is going to be original title. This is going to be new script, original video title. So we're going to use this as like the actual original video title. So it'll just give us some context as to like what we're actually changing in this here. Or sorry, like the video that we're doing a spin-off of. New script. And then this one's going to be 5 unique points. Boom. 5 unique points. New script. Original video title. Same thing. Make them bold. Make them bigger. Center them. Make them all wrap. Actually, we need all of these to wrap. Good. Center. And then freeze 1 row. Cool. So in the original video title, when we map this, it's going to be, so A is, again, we're an output. That's good. So A is the original video title. So this is going to be back in here in data. It's going to be title right there because that's the original video title of the system. Then this one, and this system's cool because you can even get it to write you like a new description for the video. You can get it to do everything. And then you can get it to like add that to your YouTube video when you post it. So that's pretty cool. But we're going to go back to here. And then B is the new script. So that is going to be the output from full script generator. Just click result. And then C is our 5 unique points. So that's just going to be result from here. Cool. That's kind of it. Now, something for the prompt that I wanted to mention. So in the prompt, we've hard coded it into both of these ChatGPT modules. So that's cool and all, but that means that you need to come back into make.com every single time you want to change this prompt, which for some is a non-issue because we're very comfortable with dealing with this UI and comfortable with looking at it. But for others, it can be a bit of an intimidating endeavor. So what we can actually do is we can copy and paste this and toss it in to our prompt section right here. So do you see when I pasted this variable in right here, 2 curly brackets, 4, which is the module number 4 right there, for this open bracket, or sorry, this closed bracket dot transcription as text, and then 2 closing curly brackets. So that's exactly what this variable is. If I were to literally, if I were to paste this back in here, it's the variable and it auto populates. So we know that this variable won't change ever. It will always be this, no matter what video we scrape with our HTTP module. So in our prompt, we can just say, take a look at this transcript, leave this, and then all we do is change this bottom line here, and that will effectively change our prompt in here. So we do a watch new rows right here, but then we can also literally just add a new module, Google Sheets. We can get a cell, get a specific cell, and then we can just set up the same thing we've done a few times. Look up our sheet, click on our sheet. Now, our sheet name is going to be prompt. Very important, you click the right seat. And now we enter the exact cell number, which is A2. This right here. A is the column, 2 is the row number. So we're literally just going to get A2 right there. Now watch this. If we run this module, we get our prompt. We get our value right there. That's our value. So then if we go over to ChatGPT and we go into just this one, for example, the full script generator, we can delete this whole thing and literally just go to our, wait, let's just run this again quick because we don't have access to, oh, my apologies, this get a cell right here. We just drop the value right into there. Now we're done. Now we can dynamically update our prompt in Google Sheets. And whether you're sending this to a client or whether you're using this for yourself, this is so valuable. So let's go. So now let's run this whole thing A to Z and let's see what we get. Okay, so I ran it and then I realized that it actually wasn't that interesting because my video ID was just my video. So let me pull a video from somebody, another creator, and then let's run this back. So we can see here with our newfound knowledge, so everything up to the and sign is the video ID. So let's copy that. That is what it is. Go back to our thing, paste the video ID in here, and then let's come back here, run it again. Remember, choose where to start, all. Cool. All right, now let's see what we get once this finishes. All right, so this is a really good highlighting point of just like some issues with prompt, or not issues with prompting, but the importance of prompting. This highlights that very well. So you can see that in the new script, it's just writing about why AI matters and like why automation's cool, pretty much. So that's not what we want. And like, it's very true to my tone in that sense. Like, I mean, that's obviously what I do. And it's getting this from the knowledge base in our agent, so, or in our assistant from OpenAI. So that's pretty cool. But we need to tweak it a bit. So if we go back to our prompt here, let me just rewrite this. I need you to use the transcript above. So I just said, yeah, make it, give me a new video concept, script, and everything that I can film that is about a similar topic as the transcript, but with my own authentic spin. So let's see what we got here. In the full script generator, we have our variable in there, so it's going to update dynamically, as I said. So let's make sure this is on all, and then let's give this another run, and let's see what happens. Yeah, so I really like it, actually. It feels like it feels like the prompt needs a little bit more refining, but you can see it does use our tone of voice. This is definitely how I'd kind of sound out a couple of these things, these points. And also, yeah, like this could be a very tangible video for sure. So let's look at the 5 points: engaging introduction with visuals, incorporate real life case studies, interactive tutorials with step-by-step visuals, add a Q&A segment. That's cool. Like hypothetical scenarios, just addressing those. Cool. Yeah. So you can see how this would be very valuable. And just by tweaking the prompts in here, you're going to be able to get like crazy results. And also tweaking the prompt in here, right? So again, you just add video IDs whenever you feel like it, and then you're off to the races creating custom content for you and your business. So guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like, maybe for your boy, maybe. And, yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.